Hi all. From today's session, I'm going to talk about reserve capitalization and right issue. You all know that reserve capitalization and right issue, this part related to the company accounting. In grade 13 syllabus, company accounting is very special part. So under this reserve capitalization and right issue, we have to discuss. So let's see what are the learning outcomes. First, you should know how to define reserve capitalization and right issue separately. And second, you should know how to differentiate right issue and reserve capitalization. And next, you should know how to do accounting for the right issue and reserve capitalization. So, let's go through this. First, what is meant by right issue? Right issue means issuing shares to existing ordinary shareholders of a limited liability company based on a ratio by getting money. So, definitely due to this, cash flow of the company will increase because these shares issued for the existing shareholders with the price. That means shareholders should buy these shares by giving money. So we'll see what is the journal entry for right issue. Definitely, by getting money means cash control account should be debit. At the same time, due to this, ordinary share capital will be increased. So stated capital account, ordinary share capital account will be increased. So it should be credit. Then let's see what is meant by reserve capitalization. Here, look at this reserve capitalization. Within brackets, I have mentioned bonus issue. In earlier syllabus, we used the term bonus issue, but nowadays we are using reserve capitalization, but the same thing. So, we'll see. Reserve capitalization means issuing shares to existing ordinary shareholders of a limited liability company based on a ratio by using available reserves, not by collecting money from them. Earlier one, right issue, we issued shares to the ordinary shareholders and they should pay money. But here, no need to pay money, but by using existing reserves, we are giving shares to the existing shareholders on free basis. So that's the main difference. So we'll see what is the journal entry for reserve capitalization or bonus issue. Earlier one, we are getting money. Due to that, cash control account debit. But here, nothing happened to the cash flow. Cash flow won't change. So relevant reserve account debit, definitely stated capital account should be credit because existing shareholders are getting extra shares. Due to that, stated capital account or ordinary share capital will be increased. Relevant reserve account only debit. So relevant reserve account in the sense, we all know that in companies there are three types of reserves available: general reserve, revaluation reserve and retained earnings. So we'll see what is the difference between right issue and reserve capitalization. Very common question. I have mentioned it under three criteria. First one, cash flow. Due to right issue, what will happen to the cash flow? I told you earlier, definitely it will increase because we are getting money from the shareholders. But reserve capitalization, nothing will happen to the cash flow because we just transfer reserves to the share capital. So second one, total equity. Due to right issue, it will increase because we are issuing new shares for the price. So equity will increase. But under reserve capitalization, just transfer reserves to the stated capital. So total equity does not change. Here total equity in the sense stated capital and three types of reserves. Third criteria, use of reserves. For the right issue, no need to use reserves. But reserve capitalization or bonus issue means definitely we have to use the reserves. Okay, let's see the example. Here, I have given some extracts of a company statement of financial position. Look at this stated capital. Ordinary shares 100,000. That means it represents 100,000 ordinary shares. Value given as 4 million. I have given it as a 1000 terms. Then under reserves, there are three types of reserves: revaluation reserve, general reserve, retained earnings. Total is 3000. So altogether total equity of this company is 7000. So they have given two decisions of the board of directors. What are they? First one, capitalization of reserves by issuing ordinary shares for existing shareholders at 4 to 1 ratio for the consideration of rupees 40. And second, there's a right issue also. Then we'll see what are the requirements. Journal entries to record about transactions, and they asked to prepare extracts of statement of financial position after recording about transactions. So we'll see how to do this question. First one, first we have to calculate what is the amount we have to issue under reserve capitalization. According to the question, look at this. It says capitalization of reserves by issuing ordinary shares for existing ordinary shareholders at 4 to 1 ratio. That means what is the available ordinary shareholders? Number of shares 100,000. Yes. So it says if any person is having 4 shares, he or she is eligible for one capitalization of reserves, one bonus issue. So 100,000 should be divided by 4. That means this company willing to issue under capitalization of reserves 25,000 shares. So it says consideration per share is 40 by using retained earnings. They asked to use retained earnings. So here 25,000 into 40, 1 million should be issued under reserve capitalization. So look at the first answer. Retained earnings account should be debit 1 million. Stated capital account should be credit 1 million. Right. Next one. Let's move to the right issue. What it says. Right issue for the consideration of rupees 50 for the ordinary shares available before the reserve capitalization at a ratio of 5 to 1. Before reserve capitalization 100,000 shares. So 5 to 1 ratio, that means for the person who is having 5 shares is eligible for one right issue. That means 100,000 should be divided by 5. Look at this calculation. 100,000 should be divided by 5. It is equals to the 20,000. Consideration per share is 50. So the total amount should be issued under right issue is 1 million. So the double entry should be cash control account debit 1 million, stated capital account credit 1 million. So let's do the last part of this question. It says the extracts of statement of financial position after doing this reserve capitalization and right issue. Look at this. What happened to the stated capital? Earlier, stated capital amount was what? Let's move to this. Here, 4,000. Stated capital, ordinary share capital was 4,000. But with these two calculations, 1 million added under 1 million added under reserve capitalization and another 1 million added under right issue. So altogether 2 million added. So stated capital total amount should be 6,000, earlier 4,000, now with the 2,000 the total should be 6,000. So number of shares, what happened to the number of shares? Earlier 100,000, under the reserve capitalization 25,000 shares added, and under the right issue another 20,000 shares added. Altogether 45,000 shares added. That means 145,000. That also I have mentioned. So what happened to the reserves? Revaluation reserves won't change. General reserve also remains unchanged. But retained earnings, what will happen to the retained earnings? Earlier it was 1,500, but we transfer retained earnings 1,000 to the stated capital, ordinary share capital. So due to that, it should be deducted by 1,000. Now the balance is 500. So altogether, total reserve balance is 2,000. So what happened to the total equity? Total equity now 8,000. Earlier total equity was rupees 7,000. So due to this reserve capitalization and right issue, what happened to the total equity? Total equity increased by rupees 1,000. So let's this is the brief summary of the right issue and reserve capitalization. Hope I hope that you enjoyed this video. So let's meet with new video. Thank you.